There are stories in baseball that shimmer with effortless talent, and then there are those that shine because they were built from grit, heartbreak, and sheer willpower. The story of Max Muncy belongs to the second kind, a story that reminds us that the path to greatness isn't always straight, that sometimes the most inspiring players are the ones who've had to start over when no one believed they'd rise again. From the windswept fields of Texas to the bright lights of Dodger Stadium, Max Muncy's journey is one of rediscovery, redemption, and relentless perseverance, a testament to the power of believing in yourself when the world has turned away. Born on August 25, 1990, in Midland, Texas, Max Muncy grew up in the heartland of baseball culture, a place where the game isn't just a pastime but a way of life. From the beginning, baseball called to him. He was a quiet competitor, never the loudest in the dugout, but always the most focused. His parents, Mike and Shauna Muncy, instilled in him discipline and humility, values that would later define his career. Max was never handed anything. He earned it through persistence. He attended Keller High School, where he began to show flashes of his hitting potential, a combination of raw power and sharp discipline at the plate that hinted at a deeper baseball intellect. When he moved on to Baylor University, Muncy developed into a reliable college player. He wasn't the flashiest athlete on the field, but he understood the nuances of the game, how to work counts, how to position himself defensively, and how to adapt when pitchers tried to outsmart him. That baseball intelligence caught the attention of scouts, leading to his selection by the Oakland Athletics in the 5th round of the 2012 MLB draft. For a kid from Texas, it was the realization of a lifelong dream. But like so many dreams, it would soon collide with reality. Muncy's early years in professional baseball were a grind. The minor leagues can be a test of patience, humility, and mental endurance. Buses, cheap hotels, endless drills. For many young players, it's where love for the game either deepens or fades. For Muncy, it deepened. He battled through the A's minor league system, working on his swing, learning the professional rhythm, and embracing the struggle. But when he finally reached the majors in 2015, his results didn't match his effort. In his first 96 games across 2 seasons, Muncy hit just .195 with limited power. In a sport that often measures worth through instant results, those numbers didn't speak loudly enough. Then came the moment no athlete ever wants to face. In March 2017, the Oakland A's released him. Just like that, his career was over, or so it seemed. For most players, that's where the dream ends. Muncy, however, refused to let it. In that moment of rejection, something inside him hardened. Not bitterness, but resolve. He returned home to Texas, unsure of his next step, yet unwilling to walk away. He took time to train, to reassess his approach, and to understand what had gone wrong. It wasn't that he lacked talent. It was that he needed to rediscover who he was as a hitter. That self-reflection became the turning point. Away from the noise and pressure, Muncy rebuilt himself. He worked on his mechanics, but more importantly, he reconnected with his purpose. Baseball, he realized, wasn't about living up to someone else's expectations. It was about chasing his own standard. He trained in near isolation, hitting relentlessly, studying the art of launch angles, refining his timing, and visualizing himself succeeding again. Those quiet months became his rebirth. Then, almost serendipitously, the Los Angeles Dodgers called. They offered him a minor league contract. Nothing guaranteed, just a chance. But for Muncy, that was all he needed. In 2017, he joined the Dodgers' AAA affiliate in Oklahoma City, and something clicked. His swing looked sharper. His confidence returned. The numbers began to tell a story of a man who had rediscovered his rhythm. The Dodgers noticed too, the patience, the improved plate discipline, the power that now came effortlessly. By 2018, Muncy was called up to the majors. What happened next wasn't luck, it was destiny forged through struggle. In one of the most remarkable breakout seasons in recent baseball history, Muncy hit 35 home runs and posted a .973 OPS. Overnight, the man who had been released a year earlier became one of the Dodgers' most dangerous hitters. But it wasn't just about the stats, it was how he carried himself. Muncy played with a calm intensity, a quiet fire that mirrored his journey. Every swing seemed to carry the weight of the years he'd been overlooked. Every home run was a statement. I belong here. Fans fell in love with his story. There was something deeply human about Muncy, a sense that his success wasn't given, but earned through pain and perseverance. And then came the moment that would define him in Dodgers lore. Game 3 of the 2018 World Series. After more than 7 hours of baseball, in the 18th inning, Muncy stepped up to the plate and delivered a walk-off home run that sent Dodger Stadium into chaos. It was the kind of cinematic ending that only baseball can script, and it couldn't have happened to a more deserving player. That home run wasn't just a game winner, it was a career definer. It symbolized his rebirth, his resilience, and his rise from the ashes of doubt. For Muncy, it wasn't about revenge or proving critics wrong. It was about fulfilling the belief he had always carried quietly inside himself. And from that moment forward, he became a cornerstone of a powerhouse Dodgers lineup. Over the next few seasons, Muncy solidified his reputation as one of the most consistent and disciplined hitters in the league. His ability to work counts, draw walks, and deliver clutch hits became invaluable. He wasn't a superstar in the flashy sense. He was a grinder, a player who represented the blue-collar spirit of baseball. In a lineup full of stars, Muncy was the steady heartbeat, dependable, composed, and always ready for the moment. Then came 2020, a year unlike any other. The world shut down, baseball was uncertain, and yet through chaos, the Dodgers found unity. Muncy's leadership, both on and off the field, became vital. That season, the Dodgers captured their first World Series title since 1988. For Muncy, it was vindication, the culmination of years of faith and fight. Standing on that championship stage, he wasn't just a champion. He was living proof that redemption is real. But even after the championship, Muncy's journey was far from over. Injuries tested him. Slumps challenged his rhythm. Yet, through it all, he remained the same, grounded, self-aware, and hungry. His humility endeared him to teammates, coaches, and fans alike. He never took success for granted because he knew what it felt like to lose it all. That perspective gave his career a deeper meaning, one rooted not in fame, but gratitude. Off the field, Muncy is just as composed and reflective. He's a devoted husband and father, finding balance between family life and the pressures of Major League Baseball. Those who know him describe him as steady, respectful, and loyal, a man who carries himself with quiet dignity. He doesn't seek attention, but when he speaks, people listen. In many ways, Max Muncy embodies the modern athlete's ideal, skilled yet humble, confident yet grounded. His story resonates because it mirrors life itself. We all face setbacks. We all encounter moments when our dreams seem to slip away. But Muncy's path reminds us that what defines us isn't the fall, it's the decision to rise again. His legacy with the Dodgers continues to grow, not only through home runs and postseason heroics, but through the culture he helps build. Younger players look to him as an example of resilience. Coaches trust him because they know his leadership isn't performative, it's genuine. When Muncy steps into the batter's box, there's a quiet assurance, a sense that no matter the count or the pressure, he's prepared. What makes his story truly special is that it's still being written. He's still adding chapters, still proving that longevity in sports isn't about avoiding failure, but learning from it. And as he continues to play with the same intensity and intelligence that brought him here, Max Muncy stands as a symbol of everything baseball represents: perseverance, redemption, and the enduring power of belief. For the fans, Muncy's story is personal. It's about hope, the idea that you can lose everything and still come back stronger. Every time he connects with that familiar, compact swing and sends a ball soaring into the night sky, it feels like a lesson in resilience. His home runs don't just light up scoreboards. They light up hearts that understand what it means to fight back. Baseball, at its core, is a game of failure. Even the best hitters fail 7 times out of 10. But Muncy has turned that truth into poetry. He's embraced failure as part of the process, transforming each setback into fuel for his next triumph. In an era of analytics and instant gratification, Muncy represents something timeless: the beauty of persistence. As his career continues, one can't help but wonder what the next chapters will bring. More milestones? More October magic? For Max Muncy, it doesn't really matter. What matters is the journey, and his journey has already left a lasting imprint. To Dodger fans, he's more than just a player. He's a symbol of their own resilience, the heart of a franchise that thrives on determination. His name has become synonymous with clutch moments, quiet leadership, and blue-collar excellence. To baseball as a whole, he's a reminder that greatness isn't always born from hype or fame, but from the grind of those who refuse to quit. And as we reflect on his journey, we're reminded that Max Muncy's legacy isn't just about numbers or championships. It's about belief. It's about second chances, redemption, and the strength to turn heartbreak into history. It's about never giving up, even when the game seems to have given up on you. So here's to Max Muncy, the comeback story that became a cornerstone, the underdog who became indispensable, the man who turned rejection into resilience and carved his name into the heart of one of baseball's greatest franchises. And to all the fans who've followed his journey, who've cheered his home runs, felt his struggles, and celebrated his triumphs, thank you. Thank you for believing in players like Muncy, who remind us what the game is really about. It's not just about glory, it's about heart. It's about fighting through the dark to earn your light. Because in every swing Max Muncy takes, there's a story, one of patience, power, and persistence. And that story will echo for generations, reminding every young dreamer that no matter how many times life knocks you down, the next at-bat could change everything.